Welcome to Cafe Cackle. We have opened up this cafe so that I can sit with different people and interview them. My name is Jackie Shaw. I'm the owner of Get Organized, and I'm here to bring you fascinating people that love to giggle. See?
Perfect.
So, Christie,
Yes.
I have done many things in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've done floral design.
Mm-hmm.
I worked in restaurants since I was 14. I've worked as an administrator in law offices and tech offices and every other possible thing, right? And I know that you were not always a bookkeeper. You had a life before bookkeeping.
I did.
So what did you do before you started doing bookkeeping full time?
I was in marketing and for two software companies, one of them for about a year and a half, right, just fresh out of college. And then the second one for 13, 14 years. Same people for that whole entire time, but we went through 7 or 8 different company names, I think, with acquisitions and spinoffs, and then more acquisitions and more spinoffs. And so, yeah, so I was the director of marketing. I never really loved or even liked the creative part of the marketing. I mean, I could design a print ad if you really want me to. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to have all of the correct information in it. What really got me jazzed was putting together budgets and spreadsheets and oh, you're going to a trade show. Okay, well, let's look at how much money we have to spend here and what this is going to cost. And so that really drove my, I just loved it. I just loved the numbers. So it was an easy transition from marketing to being my own boss and being self-employed and doing this whole bookkeeping thing.
So I feel really fortunate to have you as a collaborator because I often will create different marketing materials and I almost always pass them by you first.
Yep.
Because people, I admit, I don't really know the English, like spelling, punctuation. And so you know, between you and Brian, you guys always polish things and it's always kind of nice to have an outsider look at things just because you can look at it from like the client perspective and what they're seeing, right?
Yep.
So since while you didn't really enjoy the creative side of things, you were in marketing for many years, and a lot of our office managers are put in a position where they are having to do some level of marketing.
Yep.
Do you have any, like, the top 3 things to keep in mind when you're doing marketing?
Yeah. The first one, check your spelling. I mean, if it has a red squiggly line under it, there's something wrong with it. If it's a word that, like, balayage or I can't even say it right, entrepreneur, look it up. Look up the spelling. Okay? That's number 1. Always check your spelling. The second one is check your grammar. Run-on sentences are not great. I don't really care for. I mean, I talk in run-on sentences, but when someone's reading something, they don't want to read a bunch of run-on sentences. So it's really important that you're using correct grammar. You need to put yourself in the most professional light possible, right? So if you send something, you as an administrator send something to your boss, to the company, to a vendor, and it's riddled with spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, it doesn't put a great light on you, nor does it reflect very well on the company that you're representing. So, and then I would say, I think the third thing would be test. If you're publishing a website, test it and all of the links before you send it out to the masses. If you're putting together a PowerPoint presentation, don't just make the slides, run the slideshow so that you're making sure that the animation works properly and the way you want it to, that there's no glitches. So check your spelling, check your grammar, and not your grammar. Check your grammar, check your spelling, check your grammar, and test.
Great advice. Yes. One of the things that I can share about doing events, because I did a lot of event promotion when I was at university for different departments, is when you're publishing an event, always make sure you have all the pieces. The location, the time, the day and the date, both say Wednesday and say March 16th. Because if you get one of them wrong, someone is gonna ask you and say, wait, Wednesday is not the 16th, so which day is it? I mean, we hope you get it right, but if you get it wrong, and it's happened to me, what saved me was because I put the day and the date, and so then people were like, oh, which do you mean? Because that's not jiving, right? And so I think that what you're offering is very good advice in a time where a lot of people are communicating as if everything's a text message. I think it's important for administrators to step back and say, okay, need to capitalize the first letter. Really, emails should have that kind of the old-fashioned letter format. And if you're not sure what it looks like, Google like professional letter and see what that looks like. Always having a greeting and a salutation, at least initially. What do you do with clients, in your professional communications? Like, do you always have a greeting and a signature, or do you kind of like follow their lead? What does it look like when you're interacting with clients?
When I'm sending the initial contact, I'll say, hey, Jackie, or hi, so-and-so, and then put the body, and then I always have my signature is best. I just say best. That's not best wishes, best regards, just best. That's my thing.
Yeah.
And then as we're communicating back and forth, especially if it's in the same day, I'm not going to say, hi, Jackie, it's me again, right? We're just communicating. Then I'll kind of take the lead from them. I usually say, hey, Jackie, or have some sort of greeting the first time. And then as the thread continues on, I'll lose that greeting because it's not necessary once you have the conversation started.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about this topic when we talk about all of the different clients that an administrator has. So that'll be in our next video.
Cheers.
Jackie Shaw Ibrod presents a Go Entertainment production. You can learn more at administratorsunite.com.
Come back for more awesome conversations.
Absolutely.